Good day, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. So in the last video you seen, I said I got the light bar all bolted up. I was gonna wire it in. I thought about wiring it in to have it on a switch, but then if my wife hits the button or the switch and the switch turns all the lights on, because she wants lights on the roof and like the A-pillars and stuff, I can't have it connected to those lights, because if she turns them all on, if you're driving with any lights above your headlights, it's technically illegal. If it's below the headlights, it classifies as a fog light. So I have the 20-inch light bar wired in, and what I did was I wired it right to the fog lights. So what I did was I tested the wires, found the positive wire with the lights on, found it and figured out the other one's the ground, obviously. One's power, one's ground. Self-explanatory. So what I did was I cut those two wires. I'd show you, but I've already taped everything up because I wanted to make sure the light bar still worked. So did everything, tested it, it worked, so on and so forth. What I did was I hooked it into the wiring harness for the fog lights, cut, connected, heat shrinked, put wire loom back over everything, made it look presentable, you know. So I'm going to try to get the camera in there to show you what I did with the wire loom and everything. Okay, so I tapped into this plug right here. This was the factory wiring. And then this wire goes to the light bar. Now, the light bar works great. It comes on with the fog lights, so I think that's a bonus for the wife. We're going to get some other lights placed, and I'll get back. Alright, so I'm going to show you how, and you turn the fog lights on, that light bar comes on with the fog lights. Alright? Now that's pretty bright. So it was a 20-inch light bar I had on my 2017 Ram 2500 Power Wagon. It worked amazing. Alright, let's kill it, and then I want to show you what happened to the pods while I was assembling the pods. I just gotta grab the key out of this thing and shut the lights off. I mean, battery's already pooched, and it was new last year. This thing's got a parasitic draw somewhere that nobody can seem to find. So where'd the one go that fell apart on me? Got it. Set everything down here on my trusty workbench, my John Deere lawnmower. So here's the piece that bolts to the light. All of them stripped out and one broke off, and that was just going hand tight. The nut that sits in the bottom of the light right here, hand tight. I mean, I'm not reefing on it. I was setting it on there to aim it. I loosened it, I tightened it, tweaked it a little bit, and then it just fell apart. Now, I'm not dissing anything you can buy on Amazon, but see, we didn't buy this set off Amazon. We bought it off somebody off Facebook Marketplace that bought it off Amazon. I personally don't like that style of pods. Never have and never will. Had one set on one of my older trucks, and I just couldn't keep them aimed. The screws kept coming out, and they're nothing but a headache. So now I got to convince the wife to buy the right style of pods, the ones that have a mounting bracket built into them, not like that. They got the swivel on them themselves. It's two nuts that bolt in and then it pivots on it. I wish I had a set to show you, but the last set I had died. I used them all the time. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you guys, because that's just a bummer. But hey, I got the light bar wired in. Now I'm gonna start trying to attempt to bake them headlights and get them apart and go through that process, praying that nothing breaks. I don't want to have to replace these headlight lenses. It is a very nerve-wracking job. I've talked to some people that do it. It's not fun, it's not easy. It's very time consuming, and you have to be very patient and gentle. So once it gets dark out, I'm going to aim that light bar now that I have it wired in. I'll see you then. Alright, so now that it's later in the evening, we can get this light bar aimed. So what I'm going to do is, where did I set the keys? Oh, here's the keys. We just unlocked the Hummer. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to, hopefully this thing still has enough juice in it. There, the keys are on. The light bar's on. We're going to close the garage. Now I have my wrench out here. We're going to see how this thing sits against the garage, because you'll see the level of the fog lights. Okay, so you can see the level of the fog lights, right? So now what we gotta try and do is see now that is level with the fog lights. So I want it just above right there. So now what I gotta do is I gotta get in there and tighten this bad boy up. But unfortunately, I gotta grab a small ratchet and my 9/16 socket. I guess it's gonna be the big ratchet and the 9/16 socket. I don't have a little one. I do have a little one, just I don't have a 9/16 for it. So you're just gonna snug it up. Hold the light bar in the position you want it in. So it doesn't move. And there you have the aiming of the light bar. As I close the garage, you'll see the aiming of it. It's a little bit higher than the fog lights. That's how I want it. I want it to be a little bit higher. But I do think that is going to work out perfect for the wife. That I have it tied into the fog lights, so when you turn the fog lights on in the vehicle, it comes on. Thanks for watching and have a great night.